Have you ever wondered what truly remains after a long, exhausting day when the streetlights have dimmed and the clamor of the world suddenly retreats? Tonight, I will bring you an answer that lies not in calculations or plans, but in the stillness of a distant, snow-capped mountain peak, where an ancient temple awaits to soothe your soul. Cast aside every burden upon your shoulders, for the journey to find yourself does not begin with weary footsteps, but right here in your cozy bed, where you are preparing to let go and find a deep sleep like never before. To allow this whisper to accompany you every night, please take a second to click subscribe, like, and turn on notifications for the channel. Your presence is the warmth that brings peace to the story of the temple on the snowy mountain. And now, leave all your worries behind as we begin the journey back to ourselves. At this very moment, I invite you to perform the most important ritual of the day, the ritual of returning. Lie down and let your body be completely supported by your comfortable mattress. Adjust your position until you feel most at ease, perhaps lying on your back with your arms resting by your sides, or on your side like a child curled up in a warm nest. Pull up the blanket, feel the warmth seeping in, enveloping your skin, a feeling of absolute safety and protection. Now, gently close your eyes. Do not try to search for any images. Let the natural darkness behind your eyelids soften the strain of your eyes after a day of artificial light. You are here in your room, yet your mind has begun to be invited to a pure space of the high, snowy peaks. Begin to take a deep breath in through your nose, feeling the cool air like the breath of the mountain wind entering your chest, and then exhale very slowly and deeply through your mouth, carrying away all the fatigue and lingering thoughts of today into the void. Inhale peace, exhale all anxieties. Repeat this breath as naturally as possible, without force, like the steady rhythm of waves lapping against a boat, or the silent fall of snow on the roof of the ancient temple we are about to visit. Now, join me on a journey through your own body to awaken relaxation. Direct your attention to your feet, those toes that have traveled so many rugged paths now. Let them completely relax. Feel the warm heaviness spreading from the soles of your feet up to your ankles and calves. The muscles here are loosening, melting away like snow meeting the morning sun. Let your legs sink deep into the mattress without a single ounce of burden. The relaxation continues up to your thighs and hips, releasing all the tension accumulated from hours of stressful work. The entire lower half of your body is now sinking into a state of profound stillness. Next, bring your attention to your abdomen and chest. Feel your breath rising and falling gently, like the distant chime of a bronze bell on the snowy peak. With every exhale, the organs inside your body feel as though they are being massaged. Resting, let your shoulders drop. The shoulders are often where we hold our worries, but tonight, let them hang loosely and naturally. Feel the relief spreading down your arms to your elbows and each finger. Your hands, still busy with so many tasks today, can now rest, lingering peacefully on the bed, moving up a little higher. Relax your neck and nape. Let your soft pillow fully support the weight of your head. And finally, relax your face. Soften your forehead, letting the wrinkles of thought vanish. Relax your eyebrows, allowing them to drift apart serenely. Relax your eyes, your lips, and your jaw. You feel as though you are floating, weightless, like a bird soaring amidst the misty clouds surrounding the ancient temple. Do you hear it? In the silence of the room, there is a very faint, distant sound, like the wind whistling through a mountain pass in the snowy highlands. It is the sound of freedom. You are truly grounding yourself, not on the noisy ground of the city, but on the soil of inner peace. Leave all worries about tomorrow behind the door. Tomorrow is another story. Tonight, the only story is your rest. You are reconnecting with yourself, feeling your heart beat slower, steadily, and peacefully. In this state of total relaxation, are you ready to step into the space of the ancient temple, where the master sits in meditation by the flickering candlelight, and where the two young monks, Tieu Minh and Tieu Minh, are quietly performing the day's final tasks amidst the falling snow? Keep this steady breath, for the breath is the anchor that keeps you safe amidst the flow of dreams. You are drifting into a world where time no longer has meaning, a place of only human warmth and the tranquility of the mountains. Do not try to stay awake to hear the whole story. Just let this whisper lead you. If sleepiness comes, welcome it like an old friend. Your body has now become very heavy, very warm, and completely sheltered. You are safe, you are loved, and now let your mind begin to climb the stone steps covered in white snow, leading the way to the ancient temple on the region's highest peak, where white clouds embrace the rocks, and all sorrows vanish into nothingness. The ritual is complete. You have truly let go. And now, join me as we enter the world of absolute silence. When your body has completely sunken into stillness and your breaths have become steady like a peaceful flow, I invite you to open the door of your mind to enter an entirely different space. Imagine you are standing halfway up a towering mountain, where the boundary between earth and sky seems blurred by the pure white of the snow. The space here is so vast that all the small worries of the world suddenly vanish, Giving way to the infinite tolerance of the wilderness, you begin to walk on the trail leading to the summit. Feel the very soft, crisp, crunching sound of freshly fallen snow beneath your feet. It is not a biting cold that makes one shiver, but a clean, pure chill, as if it is washing away every speck of dust lingering in your soul. Each time you inhale, the cool air weaves into every air sac, carrying the scent of ancient stone, morning mist, and thousand-year-old solitude. You feel weightless, as if your feet no longer touch the ground, but are gliding over a white cloud enveloping the mountainside. Looking up, the ancient temple appears faintly behind the veil of falling snow. The curved roof tiles, darkened by time, are resiliently bearing the weight of the thick snow. The temple stands there, silent and majestic, like an old Zen master in deep meditation between heaven and earth. You hear the gentle creaking of old wood as the wind brushes past. That sound is not dry, but sounds like a gentle welcome from the past. And then, from within that white space, a sound resonates, the tolling of a bronze bell. The bell's chime is not loud or thunderous, but deep and melodious, piercing through the thick snow, spreading into the air, and then dissolving like a thin veil of smoke. It does not urge or remind, it simply exists, to affirm that amidst the desolation of this snowy mountain, there is still a warm fire, still a place for the human heart to return. The bell tolls, then falls silent, leaving the space even more still than before. You stand still, closing your eyes to feel the vibration of that sound echoing in your chest, soothing every sense. You approach the temple gate. The gentle, faint scent of agarwood begins to linger near your nose. It is a warm fragrance with a hint of woody sweetness and the tang of pine resin, blending with the scent of cold water vapor from the snow. That scent is like an invisible thread, guiding you into the temple courtyard. The courtyard is wide and flat, where the young monk Tieu Minh usually diligently sweeps every morning. Even though it is now covered in snow, you can still feel the order and purity from each stone slab hidden beneath the white layer. Look there, the crescent moon is slowly rising from the distant peak, casting its shadow upon the snow to create shimmering silver rays. That light reflects off the snowflakes falling slowly, so slowly, like dreaming petals dancing in the air. You reach out your hand, and the snowflake lands gently on your palm, cold for a split second before melting into a crystal clear drop of water. Such impermanence is beautiful and gentle, just like the thoughts passing through your head right now. They come and go, leaving a mind as flat as an autumn lake. By the temple porch, small bronze wind chimes lightly touch one another, creating thin, clear, clinking sounds that harmonize with the wind whistling through the mountain pass. The wind sings through the old pine groves, the rustling of needle leaves swaying under the weight of the snow, creating a wordless melody dedicated to your sleep. You feel an absolute safety. This temple, this mountain peak, is the fortress of peace that no noise from the outside world can invade. Now, let yourself sit down on a stone step. Though surrounded by snow, you feel a strange warmth radiating from within the main hall, where flickering candlelight casts shadows through the wooden window frames. You see the silhouette of the master in stillness, Tieu Minh curled up by the hearth, and Tieu gazing quietly out into the night. You are no longer a stranger. You are a part of this space. You dissolve into the white of the snow, the scent of agarwood, the sound of the bronze bell, and the eternal silence of the high mountains. All your senses are now filled with peace. Your mind has nowhere else to go, nothing else to think. It has found the perfect sanctuary. In this space, the boundary between being awake and dreaming is fading away. You are floating amidst the snow clouds, feeling the warmth of your soul heating your body in the middle of winter. Just let yourself sink deeper, deep into this mystical space where the story of the 3 bowls of rice is about to begin to warm your heart on this cold winter night. Is your breathing still steady? Let it lead you deeper into the gateway of dreams, where everything is weightless and peaceful. Amidst that white, snow-covered and silent space, the story of the souls upon the high mountain begins to appear more clearly, like a scroll painting rendered with the warmth of human kindness. Imagine yourself leaning against an old ironwood pillar on the temple porch, where the warmth from the small kitchen behind spreads out, soothing the biting cold of the winter night. This ancient temple is not only a refuge for silent Buddha statues, but also the home of 4 people quietly passing through long winters. The master, an old monk in simple brown robes, sits there. The flickering candlelight reflects on a face full of wrinkles of wisdom and tolerance. His eyes seem to hold an entire silent starry sky, always looking at life with the nonchalance of one who has understood all ups and downs. Beside him are 2 young monks, like 2 opposing pieces of each of our souls. Tieu Minh, a boy with a chubby face and bright eyes, yet carrying a childish laziness within. He only likes to sit by the fire, sniffing the smell of wood smoke and dreaming of full meals. His mind is always directed toward present enjoyment, while forgetting that hands also need to labor to nourish one's own value. And there is Tieu Minh, a soul of extraordinary diligence. His small hands never seem to rest. He sweeps away every layer of thick snow in the courtyard, meticulously cleans every lotus petal on the Buddha's throne, tends the hearth, chops wood. He works like a tireless machine, but if you look deep into his eyes, you will see a profound sadness. Tieu Minh is always afraid. He fears he is not doing well enough, fears he is not valuable enough, fears the master will be disappointed. That very excessive diligence becomes a shackle, making his heart heavy at all times, unable to find joy in the very things he is doing. The master knows everything. He looks at the two children and only smiles faintly, waiting for a destined moment to awaken the souls that are still lost. And that destiny arrived on a late winter afternoon, when the wind whistled through the mountain pass more fiercely than ever. From the foot of the mountain, a small, solitary figure appeared amidst the white veil of snow. It was old Mrs. Lamb. Feel the dry sound of her bamboo cane striking the stone, her heavy, labored breaths blending into the sound of the wind. She is over 70, her hunched back bent as if to protect the bamboo basket she cradles against her chest. Once a month, whether through falling snow or raging storms, she climbs up here, not to beg for anything grand, but simply to bring a small token of sincerity. 3 bowls of steaming white rice for the practitioners on this solitary mountain peak. When she sets foot on the stone steps, Tieu Minh is the first to run out, not to support her, but because the fragrance of fresh rice has awakened his hungry belly. He cries out, "Grandma, do you have anything good? I am so hungry." Meanwhile, Tieu steps out behind him, silently taking her cane, his eyes still tinged with sadness despite his polite greeting. The old woman sits down on the threshold, removing her straw sandals soaked with snowmelt. She looks at the 2 young monks, then at the master slowly stepping out from the main hall. She takes a long breath, a misty white vapor drifting from her mouth, and then she speaks in a voice that is a whisper yet resonates like a bronze bell. "Today I bring 3 bowls of rice. But remember, not every bowl is the same. 1 bowl for the belly, 1 bowl for the hands, and 1 bowl for the soul." The entire space seems to pause for a moment to listen to her words. Tieu Minh scratches his head, looking bewildered. "Grandma, isn't every bowl of rice just meant to fill the belly? Why divide it for the hands and the soul?" The old woman smiles, her eyes crinkling with warmth. "My son, the bowl for the belly is so you have the strength to live, so this physical body does not grow weary or ill. That is the most basic need of a human being. You are lazy in your work, yet you wish to eat your fill. That is like snow falling with no ground to land upon it, will vanish into the void, leaving nothing behind. If you only know how to fill your belly but your hands do not work, you will become a burden to yourself." Then she turns to Tieu, who is bowing his head in silence. "And you, Tieu, you have eaten from the bowl for the hands too much. Your hands are diligent. You work without ceasing. You sweep away every bit of snow. You wipe away every speck of dust. But you have forgotten the bowl for the soul. Your soul is hungry, and that is why you are sad. You work out of fear, out of pressure, rather than out of joy. If the hands labor while the soul is not nourished by gratitude and inner freedom, and that diligence is merely a cold punishment, like this winter snow, the old woman opens the lid of the basket, and 3 wooden bowls appear. The rice is pearly white, steam rising in clouds, topped with a few pieces of golden tofu and lush green wild vegetables. She divides the 3 bowls among the 3 people and sits down to share it with them. Eat, my children. When eating the bowl for the belly, be grateful to heaven and earth for the grain of rice. When eating the bowl for the hands, be proud because you have contributed today. And when eating the bowl for the soul, feel this stillness, feel the warmth of those sitting beside you. This life is only complete when all 3 bowls are full. Can you feel it? The rich scent of rice blending with the aroma of incense and the chill of the snow creates a sensation of warmth that is strangely comforting. Tieu Minh holds his bowl, and for the first time, he picks up the largest piece of tofu and places it in the bowl of his elder, Tieu Anh. He says softly, "You eat this, brother. I picked this for you with the hands that helped you light the fire today." Tieu Anh looks up, his eyes, usually red from self-pity, suddenly light up with a warm spark. He realizes that, as it turns out, his work is not useless. It is the bowl of rice that nourishes the peace of this entire temple. He smiles, a true smile coming from a soul that has been filled by recognition and love. The master finally speaks, his voice low like the wind singing through the mountain pass. Life is just like these 3 bowls of rice. There are those who spend their whole lives seeking only the bowl for the belly, so their souls wither. There are those who are so absorbed in work that they forget to nourish the soul, so they become exhausted in the middle of life's current. Only when we know balance, when we know enough, do we find liberation right within this very breath. Outside on the porch, the snow is still falling. The snowflakes seem to have heard the story. They fall more gently now, covering the temple roof in a layer of soft white velvet. You are there with them, feeling the warmth from the conceptual bowl of rice spreading into your heart. You realize that the worries out there, the days of working to exhaustion without joy, or the times you overindulged yourself, all of it is due to the lack of one of these 3 bowls. Let yourself sink deep into this moment. Feel your belly warming, your hands loosening in serenity, and your soul being stroked by the wisdom of the old woman and the master. You are learning to love yourself in the most complete way. No need to hurry, no need to prove anything. Just be yourself, whole and peaceful in the stillness of the snowy mountain. Mrs. Lan tells stories of the old days, of the days when she too was lost like the 2 young monks, and how she found peace in the smallest of things. Her voice is steady and rhythmic like a lullaby. taking you deeper into a state of absolute relaxation. You feel like a child being cradled in your grandmother's arms, where every snowstorm outside cannot reach you. The warmth from the charcoal stove, from the rice, and from the teachings steeped in human kindness is gradually taking you away from reality, closer to the land of beautiful and deep dreams. And so, the story gradually permeates your subconscious, like water soaking into the earth, bringing with it life and peace. You are drifting within the embrace of the 3 miraculous bowls of rice, warm, gentle, and profoundly still. At this very moment, while the story of the 3 bowls of rice still lingers warmly in your mind, I invite you to let your imagination melt completely. You are no longer an observer standing outside. See yourself truly sitting there on the smooth wooden floor of the temple porch, right next to the glowing charcoal stove that is crackling with small sparks. The warmth from the bright red fire is caressing your face, warming your hands and seeping through the thick blanket you are wearing. Contrasting with this rich warmth is the faint whistling of the wind outside, the sound of snow hitting the roof tiles, a rustle like the whisper of an old friend. That contrast does not make you cold. On the contrary, it creates a feeling of absolute safety, like a small bird nestled in its nest during a storm. You are protected by the old wooden walls, by the love of the master and the wisdom of Mrs. Lan. You see the fire dancing in the master's kind eyes. You see Tieu Minh beginning to nod off beside the rice basket, and Tieu leaning his head against the wooden pillar, his face extraordinarily serene. All the worries about what to do or who to become have vanished with the incense smoke drifting upward. Now pay attention to your breathing once more. Your breath at this moment has merged with the breath of the temple, the breath of the mountain forests. Slower, so slow, you see yourself as a white snowflake, weightless, falling gently, hovering in the air. You no longer feel the boundary between your body and the mattress, between reality and the story. All become one, a tolerant white, a warm pink of the charcoal, a vast stillness. I will lower my voice even further, like the whisper of wind through a wooden door. You are receding from the world of noisy sounds. Only the steady beat of your heart remains. Peace, peace. The words now are only small waves, soothing your soul. You are drifting into the realm of stillness. In that place, there is no bowl for the belly, no bowl for the hands, and no bowl for the soul, because all have dissolved into a state of fulfillment. You are warm and full. You have worked. You are at peace. Let your mind's eye close along with your physical eyes. The darkness right now is beautiful. It is the darkness of rest, of rebirth. You are dissolving into the night of the snowy mountain. Snow covers the temple roof. Snow covers the mountain trail. Snow covers even your final thoughts, white, pure, flat. The heavy feeling of your legs and arms now transforms into the weightlessness of the soul. You are floating among the white clouds on the highest peak. No gravity, only freedom. Listen, the wind chimes are very faint, very distant, like a good night wish from the universe. Every thin clink takes you deeper into sleep, a little deeper still, so deep, so smooth. You find yourself lying on a soft bed of moss beneath a thin layer of snow, yet it is incredibly warm. You are sheltered, you are soothed. The boundaries are gone. Only the presence of peace remains. You are sleeping while still hearing my voice, and my words are becoming your dream. A dream of a high mountain peak, where white clouds embrace the rocks and human hearts are always warm. A place where you can always return whenever you feel weary. That temple is always there, that fire is always burning, and that stillness is always waiting to embrace you. Sleep, my friend. Let everything pass. The night is very deep now. Snow has covered every path. No one is walking. No sound remains, only your steady breath. Inhale stillness, exhale peace. Inhale warmth, exhale gentleness. You are dissolving into the deepest, sweetest sleep. Peace, so peaceful, so deep, so deep. Now, when the fire in the charcoal stove is only brilliant red embers hidden beneath a layer of warm grey ash, the ancient temple is completely immersed in the silence of heaven and earth. Every human sound has receded, giving way to the eternal breath of the high country nature. Feel this silence. It is not an empty void, but a vast, velvet soft embrace, holding you, soothing you, telling you that everything is okay. Outside, the snow is still falling, but now every snowflake falling is like a miracle of healing. They fall on the roof tiles, fall on the temple yard, fall on the final worries lingering in your mind, covering them in a pure and peaceful white. You are lying there, in the heart of the forest, where the boundary between your breath and the breath of the great wilderness is no more. Every inhale is a stream of pure energy from the snowy peak flowing into your body, mending your fatigue. Every exhale is a total letting go, weightless. In this gentle darkness, the Master's chant resonates in your subconscious like a mantra of peace, slow and distant. Belly full to live, hands working to grow, soul nourished to be at peace. Three things in harmony. Only then are we truly human. That teaching is no longer just words, but a feeling of fulfillment spreading through every cell of your being. You are warm and full. You have labored, and now your soul is being bathed in absolute stillness. Let that mantra protect your sleep, keeping your mind, in the most balanced and serene state. The sound of the wind whistling through the mountain pass is now only a very faint murmur, like the lullaby of Mother Earth. A bronze bell occasionally chimes softly in your mind, a clear sound that then vanishes into the void, taking you deeper, deeper still into the land of dreamless sleep. You feel yourself dissolving into tiny dust motes of snow shimmering under the moonlight, free and at ease. Nothing left to wait for, nothing left to seek. You are here, whole and perfect. Silence is enveloping you. Peace is present. Your subconscious is beginning its miraculous healing work, reordering the fragments, rekindling new energy for tomorrow. But that is for tomorrow. For now, there is only sleep, a deep sleep, a truly smooth sleep. I will leave you with this stillness. Let your breath lead you into the heavenly realm of rest. I wish you a good night's sleep on that peaceful mountain peak. And when you wake up tomorrow morning with a new mindset, if you feel your heart has been warmed, come back here to share this peace. Please hit like, leave a message, and follow the channel so we can find our way back to deep sleep together again tomorrow night. Now, sleep. Sleep deeply. Peace, peace, peace.